Okay, we're back. I've already cut around almost one entire leg and half of the other. I'm coming back just so you can watch this turn. You have to use one of the scroll sawing tricks. It's just a technique, not so much of a trick. But when you come up to the turn, like we're coming here, and I start to turn, I'm going to go real slow. And as I turn, I'm going to stop with the forward pressure and maintain some back pressure. So it just kind of turns on itself. So I'm actually pulling the block toward me right here. And it's turning in its own width. Now that I'm lined back up, we start going again. See, that went pretty smooth. So we're about coming along here. These Olsen blades are great. This thing is so hot, I'm afraid to touch it because it'll burn my hand. I can feel the heat to the wood. And yet it hasn't popped. I kept waiting for the blade to break, but it hasn't broken yet because it's getting so hot. I stopped cutting, and it's cutting just fine. Alright, we're coming to another turn. I'm going to do the same thing here. Even so, it ain't easy to do. Alright. It's absolutely critical to keep that piece braced that you already cut on the other side so it don't shift around. Alright, I'll get done with this, we'll come back. Okay, I'm about done. We'll all see how this thing turns out. I'm just going to cut right through. Gonna cut right through. And we're done. Well, now we'll all just see how this thing looks together. The angle's a little bit better. But you can see all the sawdust. Now, theoretically, should have a little table in here. Because what I think is the table may not be the table. May be parts of the outer cutting. Come on out of there. Like I said, I've never done this before, so we're all seeing this for the first time. I think that's the table right there. I just got to get this piece out. Now, they said be careful, and they're right. This thing is very delicate. Huh. There we go. After all that. There's my little table. Doesn't look too bad now, does it? Came out of that big old piece of wood and you get this little tiny thing. I'm really surprised. That looks pretty good. I'm impressed. I'm pleased. Alright, it's got some flaws in it. It ain't perfect, but and it ain't perfectly square. It's the first effort though, and you can see how it works. You got it on 3-dimensional and you come out and there's this little thing. Boom. There it is. Lots of extra scrap now. Look at all this scrap. Alright, I'm going to clean up and then we'll come back and get ready on the next piece. Okay, the next piece we're going to do is going to be much the same way, but it'll be easier because it's a smaller piece of wood. And there's my cutout for a chair. And it has to be 1 inch. The important reason to have the exact right dimension they call for is so that this thing, these little templates fold over properly. So, see how that'll go? And then I'll cut it out here, and it'll be just like we did the table. Like I said, it'll be easier, and because it's not as thick a wood. I'm going to put a fresh blade on here. Olson makes great blades, and they don't cost a lot of money, so you can use one for a little while and replace it just to have a fresh blade and easier cut. I'm going to cut this in half because my other chair will be the other half of this block. Alright, I'll be back in a second after we glue this thing on. Okay, I've got my next piece here ready to go. It's important. All these templates come with a nice little line that shows the divider where you're going to fold it over the wood. Make sure each end is exactly on the line of the wood that it's going to fold over. If this is crooked, then you get undesired results. So I'm going to cut this in half first, and then we'll start the cutting. I put on a fresh number 5 Olson precision cut blade. This puppy cuts through much faster now. I just hope I made both these pieces the same, the right length. Whoops. Yeah, I got a little overlap, so we're in good shape. Alright. I'm going to sawdust out of the way for the moment before I vacuum it up later. Oh. I'm really pressing hard down to keep this from barking up on me. I took the clamp off to hold it in place. Again, even with this thinner wood, it's not that much thinner, you got to really take your time. And then when I turn it, I'm going to use the clamp again. Alright, hang on, here we go. There we go.